friends, welcome to my channel Maths Guru Oja. Today I am going to discuss about linear programming. It is there in class 12 mathematics. So we should see at first what is linear programming. So we can see here that problems which seek to maximize or minimize profit or cost from a general class of problem is called optimization problems. An optimization problem may involve finding maximum profit, minimum cost, or minimum use of resources. That means in these type of problems we are going to discuss or we are going to form the equation that how we can obtain the maximum profit by minimum use of resources. So such sums are called what? Linear programming. And there are different areas where this linear programming is applicable. So we should know what are the different areas. The first one is manufacturing problems. In this, we have to find the number of units that are produced and sold by the industry, in which each product requires manpower, machine, labor, hours, and these type of problems are called what? Manufacturing problems. Then investment problems. In these problems, we have to find the amount to be invested in number of different areas and how we can obtain the maximum income. That means minimum investment and maximum your outcome, maximum return. Then third one is diet problems. In these type of problems, we have to find the amount of different types of constituents that are available in the diet, and as to minimize its cost when it contains a minimum amount of each constituent or nutrients required for the diet. So diet related problems where we have to find the constituents which are present in the diet is related such questions are your diet problems. Then transportation problems. In such a problems, we will determine a transportation schedule to find the way we can transport a product from factories to the plants or from the factories to the markets. So such problems are called transportation problem where linear programming is applicable. Then blending problems. In such a problems, we have to find the optimum amount of various constituents in a product which are produced when optimum quality of each product is to be produced. Then advertising media. That means in such a problems, we have to find the optimum allocation of advertisement in different media to maximize the number of effective customers. So we understood what are the different areas. Now the most important thing is how to solve a linear programming. So number one, and which is most important step, is to identify the two variables or two decision variables, and that two variables must be represented by using what? X and Y. Then the second step is to identify the objective functions, and we have to express that objective functions with the help of what? X and Y. Like Z equal to some constant into X plus some constant into Y. Then we have to identify all the constants, and again we have to express in inequations with the help of what? X and Y. Then last step is that we have to impose non-negativity restrictions to X and Y. That is, X and Y can't be negative. So these are the different steps which we have to follow to form a linear programming. Number one, to identify the decision variables. Number two, we have to form the objective functions in the form of a linear equation. Number three, we have to identify all the constants, and we have to express in the form of what? Inequations, and we have to impose non-negativity or non-negative restrictions to X and Y. Our X and Y can't be negative. Either it is greater than 0 or it may be sometimes equal to 0. So these are the different steps which we have to follow to solve a particular linear programming sums. And we discussed that what are the different areas where this programming will be applicable. And most of the times in our exam, the questions comes from the transportation problems, sometimes from the manufacturing problems, sometimes from the direct problems. So let's see one sum based on this. A company manufactures two types of products of plywood. A type of plywood requires 5 minutes for cutting and 10 minutes for assembling, and type B requires 8 minutes for cutting and 8 minutes for assembling. And there are 3 hours and 20 minutes available for cutting and 4 hours available for assembling. From the first we can obtain 50 paisa profit, and from the second we can obtain what? 60 paisa profit. So this is the equation given, and see this was given in CA exam also. So we have to prepare a table at first to solve this sum. We are representing the first as A and second as B, which is given in the question. Now here variable is X and Y. In the first case for cutting 5 minutes is required, and in the second case you can see for cutting 8 minutes is required, and total time available for cutting is 3 hours 20 minutes, that is in minute it is 200. So this is written 200 at the bottom of cutting. Similarly for assembling, in the first case it is 10 minutes, in the second case it is 8 minutes, and total time available is 240 minutes. Then profit 50 and 60. So now our responsibility is to represent the objective function. So in the first case we are obtaining what? 50 paisa profit. So 50 into x is 50x, plus in the second case we are obtaining what? 60. So 60 into y is 60y. That is our objective function, that is maximize is z equal to 50x plus 60y. Then from cutting we can form the equation like in the same way, 5x plus 8y, and this may be either equal to 200 or less than 200, because we can't take time more than 200, which is given in the question. So that is our another inequations. Then the third inequation from this we can write is 10x for assembling plus 8y, and that will be also equal to either equal to 240 or it is less than 240. And as we have seen the step that here variable x and y can't be less than 0, so that's why we have to write either x is greater than equal to 0 or y is greater than equal to 0. So these are the equations which we can form from this, and after plotting this or by simplifying this we will able to find the value of x and y. So this is the way we have to solve one linear programming sum. We have to identify the variable, so that variable I have written here x and y. Then we have to prepare the table, what are the values given like cutting, assembling. We have what is the value given, we have written here for cutting 5 and 8, for assembling 10 and 8 minutes. Total time we have written at the bottom of that 200 minutes and 240 minutes, and we have to remember that for cutting maximum we can utilize what? 200 minutes. So our equation will be 5x plus 8y will be equal to either 200 or less than 200. In the second case assembling, what we can write? 10x plus 8y is either less than 240 or equal to 240. So this is the way we can form these two inequations. And what is our objective function? That is to maximize the profit. So to maximize the profit, in the first case we are getting 50, your variable is x, so 50x, plus second case we are getting what? 60 paisa, so 60 into y is 60y. So z will be equal to 50x plus 60y. So these are the different equations, and from the inequations we will get the value of x and y, and by putting that x and y value in z we will get what is the maximum profit. How we can get the maximum profit? Let's see another sum which is based on the transportation problem. That there is a factory located in the place x and y. From these two places we have to depot to places A, B, C, and the weekly requirement of the deported place is 5, 5, 4. That is, A requires 5 units, B requires 5 units, C requires 4 units, and X can produce what? 8 units, whereas Y can produce what? X can produce 8 units, whereas Y can produce 6 units. So in these type of sums, first of all we should represent with it with a diagram. So you see at the top it is written X, there X factory can produce what? 8 units. At the bottom it is written Y factory can produce what? 6 units. And we have written the places A, B, C where we have to transport. A requires 5 units per day, say B requires 5 units, and C requires what? 4 units. So let's imagine that X supplies X unit to A. Then A requires what? 5 unit maximum. So if it takes x from A, then remaining from 5 it will take from y. So that will be 5 minus x, because this total will be 5. Similarly, if suppose x provides y to the B, then B requires what? Total 8 units, 5 units. So remaining 5 minus y it will take from y. X has already provided x and y, so out of 8 unit it has given x and y, so remaining it will provide towards C. So remaining will be what? 8 minus x minus y, and bottom it is written cost. Here one table is given where cost is given, so that we will see here. So bottom it is written cost, that for x to provide at C it is taking what is the cost. So such we can prepare the diagram, and after solving we will get the value. Always you have to remember that linear programming is solved with the help of what? Diagram. We have to plot the diagram, we have to plot the graph, and after plotting the graph, by observing the feasible region, we will able to calculate the value of the x and y, and at different points, at different corner points, we will identify that what is, in which case we are getting the minimum profit and in which case we are getting the maximum profit. So here two graphs are there, which we will see now how to plot and how to find the corner points. And the common area is called what? Feasible area, feasible points, and the points which are located to it is your corner points. So sometimes the feasible area will be bounded. In these two diagram it is bounded, and in some cases it may be open. So if it is open, then to find maximum and minimum it is a little bit tricky. That we will discuss how to find it. And if it is bounded, then the points are very easy to identify, and by putting all that point to the objective function, we will able to find the maximum profit and minimum profit. So as I already told that here the shaded region representing the feasible region. In both the cases we can see that the shaded region is bounded. So in this case it is bounded, but last year in examination one question based on that was given which was unbounded, that is it was open. So that problem is also very important, and to represent this graphically we should know how to plot the graph, which points are in the first quadrant we have to plot, which points we have to plot in the second quadrant. So let's see friend how we can find the feasible region. Here we can see one equation is given, z equal to 5x plus 7y, then two inequalities are given, and as already we know that our variables can't be less than 0. So from this inequality 3x plus 2y less than equal to 12, always by putting x equal to 0 we will get the value of y, and by putting y equal to 0 we will get the value of x. So say if I will put here x equal to 0, then 2y equal to 12 I will get, and that means y equal to 6 I will get, this one. And in the same way, if I will put here y equal to 0, that is 3x plus 0 is equal to 12, that means x equal to I will get what? 4. So in this way we can calculate the value from this inequality also, and then we have to plot it. So just I have roughly shown that x is 0, say this is x0, and y is say 6. So this is the point. Then here x is 4, this is x is 4, and y is 0. So by joining this I will get one inequation. Then in the second case I have to plot this one. So I have plotted this in the same manner, I got this one. Now what is the feasible region? The area which is bounded together in both the inequalities, both the inequations, is the feasible region. So let us imagine here one point, the value of x and y, which I will put, then I will get less than 12. Say x value is 1 and y value is 2. If I will put here x value 1, 3 into 1 is 3, y value 2, 2 into 2 is 4. So 3 plus 4 is 7, that is less than 12. That is 1, 2 point is satisfying the equation 1. So 1, 2 where it will be? Where I will get 1, 2? This is your 1 and this is your 2. So 1, 2 is lying in this side of the equation. So that's why we have to set like this. So this is the way we have to find in which direction we have to set. In the same way, if I will find in this case, each setting will also come in this way. So both the graph, this area is common. So this is called what? Feasible region. And these are the corner points. 0, 0. This is 4, 0. This one is your 0, 6. Sorry, this one is not common. This one is our 13/3. That is 0, 13/3, and this one. So these are the corner points. Now putting this value in this, I will get all the profit. How I can find this one? See, z equal to, say I am putting 0, 0. So 5 into 0 plus 7 into 0, that is 0. So this is the minimum profit, I could say. At this point it will be minimum profit. Then next I can put what? 4, 0 here, 4, 0. In this way, for all corner points we have to find the profit. 5 into 4 plus 7 into 0, that is 20. So in this way we will calculate all the values, and in which case it will come maximum. That is our maximum profit, and the point at which I will get the minimum, that is the minimum. So this is the way we can plot and we can find the answer. Thank you.